We back, y'all. Master of himself. This Doe, a master of himself. Teaching men every day, grinding and growing on how to become masters of themselves. Today we're going to talk about, it's a saying in Matthew chapter 7. Jesus said to the people, he said, you shall know a tree by the fruit it bears. So we're going to talk about that today. Because a lot of us, man, need to start paying attention to our circle. A lot of us need to start paying attention to our surroundings, the people that surround us. Knowing who everybody is. Knowing who got your best interest, knowing who don't. A fig tree can't bear blueberries. An apple tree can't bear pears. So, an alcoholic, it's only right that an alcoholic deal with another alcoholic. It's only right that someone who gets high off ice gets with another person who gets high off ice. Is that correct, fellas? So, it's time to start paying attention to our circles and who got our best interests. Because you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears. You could tell if a person genuinely got your best interest too. Just take a look at how they treat their children. You can tell the tree by the fruit it bears, y'all. Just look at how they treat their children, bro. So let's just say you finna get into a relationship with a woman or whatever, right? She got 4 kids. Her mama got all the kids. Do you honestly think she gonna be able to love you, bro? Pay attention to how they treat their children. So this can go vice versa for women. You know a nigga got 3 baby mamas. You ain't never seen him with none of his kids. You ain't never heard him speaking on his kids. What kind of fruit you think that's gonna bear you? Or do you even think you're gonna bear fruit? Or is your shit gonna wither? So we gotta keep that in mind, man. That's just one example on how you can tell, you know what I mean? Look at people, how they judge their children. Look at how they judge their mothers. How they treat their parents. These are just some of the telltale signs, their relationships, people that they claim that they close to. These are just some of the telltale signs. So we got to understand that if, alcoholics going to be together, then I guess it will be the same thing for successful men. Successful men usually friends with other successful men. This is what it's saying, birds from a feather flock together comes from. So, men, we have to understand, and we have to re-look around us, recheck our surroundings, see who has our best interests, and see who has a purpose. See if anybody following that purpose. Because successful men only hang with successful men. Usually broke men stick together. Successful men walk alone. That's why Kanye and them always talk about the top, being at the top is alone. And everybody must watch the throne. So, just to speak on the picture a little bit, the picture that we started the video off with, man, because you can, tell the tree by the fruit it bear. Man, it's common sense to know, right, that if you see a huge orange cat, right, with black stripes on that motherfucker, that's a tiger. You know what I'm saying? We all know that's a tiger. Big orange cat with stripes. Just like if you see a big, huge ass rig, right? With big ass ladders attached to it and water hoses and shit like that. We know that that's a fire truck, right? I think we all agree to that, right? It's the same with people, y'all. It is the very same with people, man. When you see these women with these hair colors, bro, and it compared those hair colors to the toxicity of certain species, this is true, man. Y'all remember that saying where it talked about when a woman first had cut her hair, how she was gone. It talked about how her innocence was gone after she cut her hair. You know what I mean? And when you seeing these women walking around with these different color hairstyles, these men with these different color hairstyles, it shows you that it's a deep type of hatred inside of self. And it's spewing without. I need a certain type of attention. I don't feel as good as about myself unless I express myself through my blind dreadlocks, even though I'm a man. Come on now, fellas. We got to get our shit together. So, you're going to be able to tell, fellas. It's the same with people. Not only here, these abnormal ass piercings. You walking around, you seeing motherfuckers with big ass piercings in their ears. Earlobes stretched the fuck out. Big ass piercings in their lips and stuff. Now, you got the ones that do look nice, but we talking about the abnormal ones. Big ass nose ring, hoop noses, and all that other shit. Just the stretching and the deforming of the skin. You shall know a tree by the fruit it bears. You should know you dealing with somebody who has some type of mental or emotional issue or emotional baggage. Just with that. Not saying that anything is wrong with the person. But just to go to the extremes of stretching your skin. So, now you got these crazy tattoos. You got people walking around with crazy tattoos in certain places. I was in prison, man. I did 2 years in prison, man. I met this guy in Saginaw prison when I was in Michigan, MDOC. Now I met this guy in Saginaw prison, right? He came down with 3 to 10. When I met him, he was already 8 years in on his bit. Now, the reason why he was 8 years in on his bit is because he went and got all these tattoos. Now, he got so extreme with the tattoos, fellas, that he even got tattoos all over his face. When he went to the parole board and they saw all the tattoos on his face, they said, what the hell was you in there doing? And the guy looked at him like he didn't give a damn. He told him to kiss his ass and walked out of there. And they sent the paper on us, though, telling them to go ahead and ride the rest of the time out. So you got to know that there's something going on inside. And I'll never forget that under both of his eye marks, he had big tears under both eyes. It shows the pain that's going on inside him. I spoke with the brother. He ain't never killed nobody. There's all the pain that's going on within him. So we gotta take heed to this and understand what's going on, man. Because this shit is, like I spoke in the last video, man, this shit is psychologically warping us. And a lot of us don't even understand this. So, them just a few things, man. I ain't gonna make this video long, but we always gotta be wary of, seeing every tree for the fruit it bears. And keeping in mind that, when you go around apples or people that drink, you're not going to get oranges. And that's people who think on a higher level. So, men, we always come first. Make sure that you putting yourself first. Make sure you put your grind first. Always stick to the grind. I'm always on the grind. Men first. Travel wisely.